Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Tracy and today's video is going to be about how you can save money easily, or whatever the title says. If you're new to my channel, please make sure to subscribe and give this video a thumbs up. And without further ado, let's get into the video. Okay, so my tip number one is to spend cash. Usually whenever you spend cash, it's a little bit more painful, because let's say you go to the movies and you have $20 in cash. Movie tickets $10, you get a drink for $5. You're literally seeing 15 out of 20 of those dollars leave you, like you physically see it, versus when you're using a card, you're swiping your card, it's just swipe, swipe, swipe. You're not really seeing the money. Like, yeah, you have, your mobile banking app or whatever, you can see it, but it's a little bit more painful when you can physically see the money being taken out of your hands and then see that you're now left with $5. So spending cash usually helps you stray back from spending as much. So that's always helped me in the past. Even though I do like to use my debit card, I found that when I use cash, I just spend less. It's a little bit more painful, so I just don't do it as much. So tip number one is to use cash instead of your card. My next tip kind of goes along with that. So we'll call it tip 1.5. So tip 1.5 is to save your coins. So this kind of goes along with it because, if you use your debit card, you're not really getting any coins. So if you spend cash, you get a lot more coins and you can save your coins. Just keep saving them for as long as you can, and then eventually you can cash it in and get cash back for that, So, and that's really cool just to see how much you can save up, and it's not really hurting you at all to save your coins. As long as you're spending cash and you're getting coins, it's not hurting you whatsoever to save those coins. Tip number two. This one is something that helped me. Well, really all of these tips help me save a lot of money, but this one definitely helped me save a lot of money as well. And I call it the $5 jar. I wasn't the one that came up with it, but I definitely do it and it helps a lot. So what I do is every week I put $5 in a jar, and that money just builds and builds and builds. And then 6 months later, you have a lot more money. I'm not gonna do the math, I'm not even gonna try. But you're not really gonna miss those $5 every week. And you can really do it with every amount. If $5 is too much, you only wanna do $1, do $1. If, you can do $20, do $20. Like that, you can save so much money by doing something so small, and you're not gonna miss that dollar or that $5 every week. Like, I promise you. It seems like you would, but you're really not, and it's just gonna build and build and build. So that definitely helps a lot. Tip number three is to have a savings account. So this is probably one of the things that all these tips help so much. I've done every single one of these tips. There's only one tip that I haven't done as much, and I'll get into that later when we get to that tip. But having a savings account makes such a big difference, because as soon as your paycheck hits, whatever, if you have direct deposit, as soon as it hits, you can just transfer some of that money into your savings. And that goes along with another tip that I have. So I might as well jump into that one right now. So when your direct deposit does hit, or when you cash in your paycheck, however you do it, you can transfer money straight to your savings as soon as you get that check. For me, when I was really, really trying to save money, what I did is as soon as my paycheck hit, I would put half of it in my savings right off the bat. Didn't hesitate, just put half of it in my savings. And at this point, I was still living at home. My mom was obviously paying all the bills, so I didn't have any bills of my own to pay. Now that I do, I can't just put half of my check in my savings account. I wish I could, because it helped me save so much money, but I can't do that now. So it doesn't have to be half though. If you can put 10% in your savings, 20%, 30%, whatever you can afford to put in your savings, do it. Obviously it depends, what point you're at in your life. If you're still in high school, if you're still living at home, whatever, wherever you're at, it obviously depends on how much you can put in your savings, but this helps so much. And I know it's kind of painful because you're like, oh, my check finally hit, finally have money, and then immediately you're taking however much of that money away. Like, it stings a little bit. It definitely hurt me when I had to do it, but it makes all the difference. Like, I'm so grateful that I did that. It helps so much, because before you even really get to miss the money, you're taking it away. So, and then of course you still have money to spend on whatever you need to spend. So it's very helpful. Tip number 5, I know y'all knew this was coming. It had to have, right? Tip number 5 is to stop eating out as much. I know it's hard. I know, like, you always want that Chick-fil-A or Taco Bell or McDonald's for some people. But if you stop eating out as much, you have no idea how much money you'll save. Like, let's say, you know, you eat out every day, Monday through Friday, and you average like $10 per meal. That's $50 a week that you're spending on eating out. $50 per week. In a month, that's $200. And imagine if you stop doing that and you only eat out maybe every Friday. That's so much less money that you're spending on eating out, and so much more money that you could be saving, or that could be put to better use somewhere else where you actually need that money. So I know that, you know, it really depends on what stage you're at in your life. You know, if your mom is at home cooking for you, don't get Chick-fil-A. Go home and eat that food. Or if you have leftovers, like, I know sometimes you just don't want to eat leftovers, but go home and eat those leftovers. Like, save you that $10 for that day and go home and eat. If you have your own place, go home and cook some food. Like, you don't have to eat out every day. You can save so much money from doing that. It's ridiculous. Tip number 6 is to only spend money on your necessities. I know people's necessities can vary. You know, if you have bills to pay, if you have rent, if you have your phone bill, if you have electricity, water, those are your necessities. You know, you can't get around spending money on those. You can't be like, oh, I have to save, can't pay me rent. Like, that's not how that works, you know? So your necessities are gonna be like your bills, things you have to pay for, you know? And this obviously depends on like how badly you need to save money. If you're just like casually wanting to save, you don't really have anything you want to save for, then maybe you don't need to do this one as much. But if you know that you need that new car, or that, you know, you want to move out soon, so you're saving money for rent and for furniture and all that kind of stuff you're going to need, then you need to be saving money like hardcore, which means, you know, what this tip is, only spending money on the necessities. It sounds a lot harder than it really is. This is another one that I had to do a lot. You know, like, my friends go out to eat and hang out a lot, and I just wouldn't really eat, or I'd split a meal with someone or something like that to make it cheaper. I've definitely done that because I still want to hang out with my friends, but I don't want to spend all the money, you know? So there's always ways around it. Just because you're saving money doesn't mean you can never go out with your friends, you can never hang out with them, whatever. You still can. You're just going to be doing things a little bit differently. Tip number 7. This is literally the only tip on the list that I haven't been doing as much, but it's definitely one that I want to start doing more. And this is to teach yourself how to do stuff. So whether that be your nails, your eyebrows, your eyelashes, teach yourself. The internet is a thing. It's a great thing. You can literally learn so much from the internet. Like YouTube videos, you can look up YouTube videos on how to do your eyebrows or how to do your eyelashes. You can buy a wax kit. You can, you know, all those kinds of things, to where you're not spending $50 on getting your nails done and, you know, your brows and your lashes and stuff like that. Like, I've never gotten my eyebrows done before, but I used to get my nails done a lot. And then I used to get my eyelashes done as well. And it gets expensive. It adds up. And you can get like a gel manicure kit off of Amazon for like $30, $40, which is, for one, cheaper than what most of you guys pay to get your nails done. And you're gonna use that same kit multiple times. So that's gonna save you so much money. So much money. And I know how important it is to have your nails done. I know that it's just something that a lot of girls like to do. And it can also go in with like, you know, that self-care, something you just do to just relax. And I get that. So if this isn't a tip that you want to do, you don't have to do it. Because I do understand that that is part of self-care, and you just kind of want to relax, get your nails done, you know, pamper yourself. But I just wanted to throw this tip out there. If you're realizing that how much money you're actually spending on your nails, eyelashes, eyebrows, whatever, any waxing that you get, it does add up. So consider this tip. Tip number 8 is to always keep in mind why you're saving. And I know this won't apply to everyone because some people just start saving because they want to start saving, which is very good. Like, it takes a lot for someone to just save for no real reason. I definitely did this because I just like to save money. I just like to have money in case of an emergency. You never know what could happen. So this was me at one point, just wanting to save money just cause. But if there is a reason that you're saving money, whether it be you want to buy a car, you want to move out, you want to, you know, you already moved out, but you're saving to buy the couch that you really want, whatever it is, keep that in mind when you're shopping online and you want to spend $200 on clothes or whatever it is. Keep that in mind. Keep that car in mind. You can literally print it out and post it somewhere in your house or in your room so that you don't forget when you do want to go out and you do want to spend a bunch of money. Just keep in mind why you decided to start saving money and what you're saving money for, because it can help a lot. Tip number 9 is to look for coupons online. I do this all the time. This tip is so important. So important. I know for me, I use an app called Retail Me Not, and literally before I buy anything, I just get on the app, search like the store or the brand name, whatever, search it. So like if I'm about to purchase something from American Eagle, right before like I check out, I just go on the app and I search American Eagle or whatever it is. And then it'll show like a bunch of coupons. So sometimes you might find a 20% off, 30% off. You might find $15 off. Whatever it is, it doesn't really matter. It will help you save money. Like, because I get that even when you're saving money for something specific, you don't always just want to not spend money on anything. Like, I get that. Or you might actually need something. Like, you might need to buy clothes for something. I understand. Just always, 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 always look for coupons first. You can just type it in on Google. You can, use whatever app, but always look for coupons. It can literally help you so much. You have no idea. Tip number 10, my last tip, is to tell others what you're trying to do, that you're saving money, even the reason that you're saving money, so that they can hold you accountable. So that when you say you want to go out to eat, they're like, oh, aren't you saving money for that new car? It can help you so much because yeah, you need to be able to hold yourself accountable, but it makes all the difference if there's someone there to hold you accountable as well. Because even in your moment of weakness, where you want to go out to eat or you want to buy clothes, you want to go shopping, whatever, they're there to hold you accountable, whether it be your mom, your dad, your brother, your sister, your best friend, your boyfriend, your girlfriend, whoever it is. Let them know what you're trying to do so they can hold you accountable. It will literally help you so much. You don't even understand. Like, I know that I've told my boyfriend multiple times when I'm saving money, what I'm saving money for. A lot of times we save money at the same time. A lot of times we're saving money for the same thing, so we can hold each other accountable quite often, and it helps. Just make sure that you tell someone what you're trying to do so they can hold you accountable, but then also hold yourself accountable. All right, guys, thank you very much for watching. This is my video on how you can save money easily. All 10 tips, 9 tips. I've done every single one of them. Maybe not all at the same time, but I've done every single one of them. The only one I haven't done is to teach myself, and I'm working on it, painting my own nails. I'm working on it. So I hope you guys learned something. At least you can take away 1, maybe 2 of these tips to apply in your own lives, even if you're not saving for anything specifically. But I hope I was able to help you in some sort of way. Please give this video a thumbs up. Comment down below which tips were your favorite, maybe which ones you want to apply in your own life. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Okay, so that's all I have for y'all today. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.